Oh, we've got 2 new males as well. Okay. The engineer. Yours is a true calling. I think I mentioned it before, but I was born in this shelter. Grew up here. My parents are long gone now, but they taught me everything I know about engineering. Taught me real good. My dad used to say that making tools wasn't mindless labour, but right and proper work. Not a job, but a calling. Those who answer the call empower others to create, and in so doing leave their mark on the world. If you just want to get by, go ahead and do whatever. That's what he said most people do in the cities did. Most other preppers for that matter. But if you want to live with purpose, if you want a legacy, you find yourself a calling. Thinking face. I think you've done just that. I mean, carrying stuff from place to place is one thing, but forging connections, rebuilding a nation, if that's not a calling, I don't know what is. You and me, we get it. What we're doing really matters. All the more reason we better stay sharp. The craftsman. You beat the mules without killing anyone? Dear Sam, our local mule chapter hasn't been causing any trouble of late, and I guess that must be down to the lesson you taught them. Look, I know those guys are just victims, really, what with their obsessive compulsions or whatever, but the fact is that they make it life difficult. Crying face. Someone had to confront them, and that's just what you did. Hats off to you, Sam. How about my tool, by the way? Did it come in handy? I guess it must have done, if you managed to get out of there without killing anyone. Thinking face, thumbs up. I didn't actually use the bowler gun, but I'm sure it'll come in useful. Okay, got some... Oh, let's check the memory chip first. What's the new one? Yamaha MT9, a powerful sports bike with an engine based on the so-called cross-plane concept and built around the idea of synchronized performance, the satisfaction of instantly being able to have the bike perform as you wish it to. Roboticists and engineers among the preppers hope to be able to apply the same ideas to develop an all-new chiral network-connected delivery machine of their own. Cool. Okay, what do we got here? Higgs particle. Yeah, if perhaps you didn't get the reference, the Higgs boson was called the God particle. It's like a long theorized subatomic particle that eventually they found. Okay, so Hartman, 1 year ago, near Mountain Knot City. Higgs Monaghan? Why, yes, I know the name. The former leader of a private courier organisation, as I recall, which serviced a large region in the west and was instrumental in providing continued support to the people living there. But as we were so far apart, Bridges struggled to maintain any measure of influence over their operations. It probably didn't help that the separatist movement has always enjoyed strong support in that territory. In the wake of growing violence by the demons, we were shocked to learn that Higgs himself was at their head. What to make of this strange development? Why on earth would a man who once commanded a group devoted to American Reconstructionism suddenly pledge himself to the cause of American destruction? His name only compounds the insult. Have you ever heard of the Higgs particle, also known as the God particle? It's associated with the Higgs field, which gives all other particles their mass. Without it, atoms would fly apart, and matter would not exist as we know it. In other words, its very presence prevents mindless destruction. Cosmic irony indeed. Okay, terrorists posing as fragile express couriers, the craftsman 1 year ago. The terrorists have been at it again lately, you heard, right? About how they've been sneaking in and out of cities disguised as fragile express couriers? We'll have another disaster on our hands at this rate, but it's not like we can just cut them out. We need Fragile's people to keep on doing what they're doing. We rely on those guys for a lot, though maybe we shouldn't. I hear they're transporting weapons now. Why they be so stupid, I can't imagine. Spreading shit around that kills in a world where the dead are ticking BT bombs. Sure, terrorists are a threat and mules are a royal pain in the ass, but what genius figured escalation was the way to go when we all know where it leads? We need weapons, no, tools that can take down the bad guys without killing them, and we need the hardware in circulation gone yesterday. We can't keep folks from dying in accidents or getting sick. We can't keep them from dying, period, but the deaths we can put off, we ought to. Violence isn't just ugly, it's damn near suicidal in this day and age, which is why I'm looking to make a bunch of less than lethal gear in the hopes that it'll prevent a few idiots from getting themselves and others killed. Fragile's umbrella and suit. Fragile Express staffer 2 years ago. South Knot City. You think that thing Fragile carries is an umbrella? I can see why you jumped to that conclusion, with the shape and all, but you're wrong. It's any consolation, I thought it was an umbrella too, at first. It's actually some kind of navigational device that Fragile came up with herself. I won't pretend to understand the theory behind it, but I'm told it factors chiral density across across beaches and plots coordinates for her jumps. Fragile's got some kind of dooms that lets her move from beach to beach. The way she tells it, she kind of clears her mind and lets her powers do the rest. Maybe it's something similar with the spikes on her suit. When Fragile senses chiralium concentrations, they pop out. I'm not sure if she'd be able to tell otherwise. It's like an unconscious reaction. The spikes only retract when chiral density decreases. But who knows? Names and theories are just ways of coping with things we don't really understand. Same with visual indications of the intangible, maybe. All I can say is that Fragile's umbrella and spikes seem to help her hone her powers. Interesting. And we've got a few more tips. Alright, let's hit the road. No, okay, we just read those ones. So apparently if you drink like 3 of these you can get a stamina boost, so let's try it, even as much as I dislike this placement. There we go.
ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Actually, I do want to do that pizza delivery. Oh. Did I already pick it up? Oh, there it is.
Sam, a lot of clients are requesting you by name. Now, while there are orders we need you to accept, which are critical to the expansion of the chiral network, there are others that you can take or leave at your discretion. It goes without saying, though, that it's in everyone's best interest for you to do as much as you can. And more work means more reward.
Okay. So that top one we need to do to progress, alright. I'm going to do this pizza one. We're going to drop everything off and just travel fast and light, just get it done. So let's do that. We'll just accept that one for now. Because I think this is a timed one. I could do a bike. I'm not sure it's going to help us at the moment though.
Make sure you carry pizzas properly at all times. If you do something stupid, like turn it on its side, you'll ruin it.
Okay, well, maybe I'm not going to offload everything then, because I need a bit flat. So, let's go.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set. Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey. Keep on keeping up. Have a pleasant journey. Keep on keeping up. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Don't mind me.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Delivering cargo. Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation. Thank you for your continued support. Good work. Weapons restrictions lifted.
There we go. Looks like a path.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All welcome to Lake Knot City. Proceed to distribution center. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Alright, let's just read that mail first before we take on our next. I want to do a few of these little side quests, I think it will behoove us. Okay, so heartfelt expression of my gratitude. My dear Mr. Bridges, I must applaud you on a job exquisitely executed. I am given to understand that the pizza in question arrived in impeccable condition. Marvellous. Alas, I must also apologise on behalf of my sister. She was asleep when you arrived, you see. Hands together. As for myself, I was out and about attending to private matters that demanded my utmost attention, but I am on my way home as I write. I would have very much preferred to thank you face to face, but on this occasion you will have to forgive me. Might actually need a truck for that though. 288, that's above our limit. Unless I did 2 runs. Okay, might have to hold fire on that one a little bit. That's the main one. This one, what are we doing here?
Sam, even a porter with your skills will struggle to traverse some terrain. Fortunately, the first X-Beam left behind a number of auto pavers. Supply them with the requisite materials and they'll lay down new roads. Perfect for use with bikes and other vehicles. But don't take my word for it. Track down the one near Lake Knot City and see for yourself. I'll mark the location on your map. Even give you some materials to feed the beast. In case you're tempted to use them for something else, I'd ask you to bear in mind that our resources are limited, and that more road would be a godsend to everyone. Porters, preppers, you name it. You could make a lot of people very happy.
Stand clear. Vehicle ready. Order assigned.
Sam, if you're gonna build new road, you need to get to the paver first.
Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for your contribution.
paver. Get it going and you'll have yourself a road in no time flat. Great job, Sam. That road is a sight to behold. This is only the beginning. Creating a transport network that spans the continent is key to our future. That's why it's important that you utilize any and every paver you come across to rebuild our highways and byways. Imagine how much easier your work would be if you could drive from coast to coast. prototype bot for transport. Now, you'll need to take it to the distro center south of Lake Knot City. If these autonomous delivery bots prove reliable, they could revolutionize our supplies distribution network. A lot's riding on this, so be careful out there.
Yeah, it's a lot to carry, but I think we can stop off at Craftsman pretty close from the road. I'm hoping we can't lose balance while we're on the bike. I'm not 100% on that, that's why I was a bit sort of tentative. Well, it looks like not. Steady now. Okay.
Have a pleasant journey. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Have a pleasant journey. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Hang in there.
Quite tempted to go back and get the bike, but it could be a bit tricky. That was a bit of a disaster, actually.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. looks like a way through. Today's a good day. How you doing, Sam? Stretch and relax. One foot right in front of the other.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. cargo.
Hey, Sam. How are things? Wow. Carrying all this couldn't have been easy. Just so you know, I've put something aside for you. Maybe you could use it more than me. Go ahead and grab it whenever. Seeing you in action gives me hope. Keep it up, Sam.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery.
Keep it up, Sam.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Yeah, sure thing.
There we go. There we go.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
You're Sam Porter then? Been expecting you. We were told you'd help with the vault testing too. But before we get to that, let's see how she's doing. Pretty as a picture. Got nothing bad to say. These pods aren't designed to operate outside the network service area. So let's get the distro center linked up already. start prepping for the tests. You sit tight and wait for HQ to ring.
Much obliged, Sam. Now the bots can enter the final phase of testing. I designed them myself, you know. My hope is that they'll lighten the load a little bit. Unlike human porters, if one goes down, it won't cause a void out. Before the Death Stranding, scientists used to fret over the singularity, the possibility that someone might create an AI smarter than any human. But it never happened. Machines don't cause void outs. They can't die. They don't have beaches. No matter how far they come, machines will never understand death like we do. And because of that, they'll never truly surpass us. Get on the delivery terminal. I'll walk you through how to use the bots. And don't worry, I'll keep an eye on things from over here.